No matter what anybody tells you, words and ideas can change the world. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. That you are here. That life exists and identity. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
Why can't we treat death with a certain amount of humanity and dignity and decency and, God forbid, maybe even humor? Death is not the enemy, gentlemen. If we're going to fight a disease, let's fight one of the most terrible diseases of all, indifference. A doctor's mission should be not just to prevent death, but also to improve the quality of life. That's why you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome. So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo. You know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling, seen that. If I ask you about women, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been laid a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. I ask you about war, you'd probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap. Watch him gasp his last breath, looking to you for help. I ask you about love, probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been totally vulnerable. Known someone that could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell. And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel. Have that love for her be there forever, through anything, through cancer. And you would know about sleeping sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand, because the doctors could see in your eyes that the terms visiting hours don't apply to you. You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. You know, as we come to the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times and trying to forget the bad times. And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. And if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky. The stars are strung across the velvety night. And when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day, make a wish. And think of me. And make your life spectacular. I know I did. If we're going to fight a disease, let's fight one of the most terrible diseases of all, indifference. We're all dying, Truman. Our job is to increase health. You know what that means? That means improving the quality of life, not just delaying death. Now, you asked me if I've been practicing medicine. Well, if this means opening your door to those in need, those in pain, caring for them, listening to them, applying a cold cloth until a fever breaks, if this is practicing medicine, if this is treating a patient, then I am guilty as charged, sir. Transference is inevitable, sir. Every human being has an impact on another. That's why you treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome.
Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. The Latin term for that sentiment is carpe diem. Now, who knows what that means? Seize the day. Gather ye rosebuds while ye may. Why does the writer use these lines? Because we are food for worms, lads. Because believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing, turn cold, and die. The world is their oyster. They believe they're destined for great things, just like many of you. Their eyes are full of hope, just like you. Did they wait till it was too late to make from their lives even one iota of what they were capable?
And I know you hate your job and you don't have many friends. And I know sometimes you feel a little uncoordinated and you don't feel as wonderful as everybody else. And feeling as alone and separate as you feel you are. And I think you're the greatest thing since sliced rice.
The universe at its essence, every element has its place in it. You can't change that. They're secure, no matter what.
You see what I mean? You got to be crazy. It's too late to be sane. Too late. You got to go full tilt, bozo. Because you're only given a little spark of madness. If you lose that, nothing.
How kind is it to give life, only to take it away again?
What's true in our minds is true, whether some people know it or not. Just keep going. Find that thing you love, because it's tough work. But I think if you can find that thing that really gives you joy, that'll be it. You do come close to losing it? Oh, yeah. Pushed it right to the edge. So I had to come out now. Tell you, I'm giving up. Just not the way you think. Sometimes when you win, you lose.
I don't have very much time these days, so I'll make it quick, like my life. You know, as we come to the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times and trying to forget the bad times. And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, hey, look at me. Please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. And if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky when the stars are strung across the velvety night. And when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day. Make a wish. Think of me.
Dance, you do. Fussy, you do.
And make your life spectacular.
You are out of your mind!
Bingo!
I know I did.
Come on, Jack. Free up the little guy. Let him flap in the breeze.
I made it, Mom. I'm a grown-up.